Throw that up there real quick.
Okay, I didn't have that uploaded. Cool. Throw that. Me and you were tied, so it's cool.
Yes.
It's
Good
cool.
so far. I like it. Okay, go ahead, Louie.
Thank you for that reminder. I'm taking the Pats to win. I'm taking the Titans to cover. The Patriots are definitely going to get this done. It's hard to pick against them with how well they've been playing. I do think teams that hate a head coach and fire them tend to come out and play a little harder the following week. I think it's Blake that always points out this correlation. He's a big they play better now that the hater's gone kind of thing. I can't remember how you phrase it. So I think this Titans team is going to look more competent without,
They'll get a bump without Callahan for sure.
without hoked out Doc Brown driving the car. I think they'll have a little more control over the wheel here. So give me the Titans to cover. Tayshaun Boutte, I think, is going to be a big part of this game. He's been a big recipient of Drake May's incredible deep ball this season, and I think the Titans are really bad at covering the deep play. Their safety play is not great. Their corners aren't immaculate. And then I think Ramondre finds the end zone. I'd love to say any other running back, but they just don't seem to care. So Mike Vrabel, hear my cry against your old team. Release the stallion.
The Titans also got rid of their O-line coach, who was Callahan's dad. So
Yeah,
both
they got
Callahans are gone.
So I would also like to point out, I think his firing came one game sooner than I expected. I thought they would go into this game. Mike Vrabel would whoop up on his former team and get the new coach fired, and I think that would have been immaculate.
I think they were. I think they fired him because they kind of know, like, they see the writing on the wall for this game. They don't know. Nothing's ever known. But you're like, this team's trending down. This team's trending up. He's going to come here and butter our biscuit for us, and we're just going to have to let this guy go anyway. So we might as well let him go and at least have an excuse for being like, look, interim head coach this week. Like, we kind of knew what we're getting into here. That all being said, I'm going to take the Patriots to win here. I am going to take them to cover. I am a little hesitant on that because of the firing the coach bump. Teams actually do really well against the spread when you fire a head coach that they don't like. So we'll see how kind of they respond. But I also think that the Patriots want to play for Mike Vrabel and go dominate this game for their new head coach and this program that he's establishing over here. After that, my stud of the game or sicko of the game is Marcus Jones. He's quietly been arguably the best player on our defense this season. Like, I mean, honestly, maybe even the team other than Drake Maye, because he adds in the punt return game. He had the massive touchdown. He's had multiple pass breakups on third down. He forced a fumble. He got the pick against Josh Allen last week. Like, the kid plays everywhere, all over the field. Doesn't matter how big the dude. Like, he jumped up and got a pass breakup on Keon Coleman, and my dude Marcus Jones is like 5'10". Keon Coleman's 6'3". Like, he got up there and swatted that ball down on a crucial third down after we got after our turnover. Like, he makes game-saving plays, and I bet he makes one or two in this game. Hell, you might even see him return a punt for a touchdown. Then give me Hunter Henry to score a touchdown. He's been quiet the last two games, so to speak. So this is just a perfect opportunity that, like, in this Josh McDaniels offense, the person who you're not expecting to get the rock is probably going to get the rock. Like, they came out fire into Demario Douglas this week. Tayshaun Boutte had five receptions. Like, they just switch it. They just switch it up. So, Bahookie, go for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much with most of what you said there. Pat's got some pretty good momentum going here, and this isn't just another game for Mike Vrabel. They're going to come out wanting to win this one, and the Titans are reeling, and I think that the Pats are going to look impressive this week against the Titans. I went with them to win, them to cover. I went with one of my favorite players on their defense, Robert Spillane. Is my stud of the game. Had the most tackles this past week, and he's just a guy who's got like a nose for the ball. I noticed it a lot in the game against Buffalo. Even if he's not the guy making the play, he's like one of the guys who's like right there and was about to make the play. went with Demario Douglas as my anytime touchdown scorer. It was kind of in the doghouse for a little bit, but seemed to have carved out a pretty nice role for himself last week. And I think they want to try to keep getting that going.
It's just a carousel. It's just the next guy. Like it might be Matt Collins next week. Well, that's just kind of how it's going right now. Which is, if you're producing, man, I don't give a shit. Produce. Nolan, go for it, and then you can lead us into our next game, which I believe is Eagles at Vikings is our next game.
Yeah, Pats to win and cover for me. I went with Drake Maye for stud here. I definitely think you guys have laid the groundwork for me perfectly here. That the Patriots want this one really badly as well. Drake Maye going out and balling out and saying, "Hey, Mike. This is why you were excited to come coach here. Why this is why you came home to the team you played for. This is it." So, and then Diggs for anytime touchdown. He was quiet last week. The matchup was perfect to kind of drop him in a way. He just didn't do much. So why not have your receiver that you were excited to bring in the offseason go off this week against the Titans?
Quick point to that. He should have had 4 for 90. That 53 yard catch. That. Yeah. Anyway.
Maybe he has 4 for 90 this week. And
I would like this. This would make me feel good again. Lead us into Eagles Vikings. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm doubling up on the Eagles here. I really think that they are kind of starting to worry a little bit more. I think the worry of, maybe we're not quite at the level we thought we were after that Giants game has creeped in. So I think they want a big performance here. So that's why I'm doubling up on Eagles to win and cover. Jalen Hurts for stud. This has all the makings for him to just for some reason against a Vikings defense that has shown good flashes for him to play really well. And then I'll go Saquon for any time. I mean, I'm being vanilla there, but I think he could have another good touchdown game here.
I get you. Bahookie, go for it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat here. Vikings are coming off of a bye. Eagles are coming off of a long week. They had a little mini bye coming off of Thursday night ball here. I really liked what Saquon said after the game. That was why I went with him as stud of the week for me, because they were asking him in the press conference. They're like what's different about like the offense from this year and last year? And he said we ran the ball a lot last year, and people knew we were running it, but they couldn't stop it. We need to get back to doing that. And so I do agree that this is going to be a Saquon game here, and went with.
I think Carson Wentz is actually going to be dishing. I think veteran QBs are going to be able to get the ball out in a timely way. We are seeing the Eagles' cornerback depth come back to haunt them. You're asking anybody to guard Justin
Jefferson.
Thank you, Justin Jefferson.
Jonathan
Jefferson.
Is that the Kirkland brand Justin Jefferson that the Patriots have at home?
Give me Jettis as my touchdown scorer. I think him and Carson Wentz are going to be connecting all night, and I think I think this is a pretty bad Eagles performance yet again. I think it leads to the firing of their offensive coordinator.
Thank God that dude's so ass at his job. It's crazy. I'm going to take the Vikings to win this game, depending on the offensive line health. I did put a caveat in there.
I don't think you can put caveats.
Oh, come on. What do you mean? Injury caveats? I mean, if their whole offensive line
if nobody important gets hurt, I think this team could win. Just plant your flag.
All right. I mean, Vikings
You're
to
on
win.
The Vikings side.
Cover. I always was. Speaking about injuries, do we know if JJ McCarthy's playing this game? Do we know if Carson Wentz is getting the start?
I don't think JJ McCarthy is playing. I haven't seen any reports that say anything about him trending towards playing in this game.
Very cool revenge game narrative then is your Carson Wentz pick. So think about that. That'd be silly action. Carson Wentz coming in and laying the third L on you. Ouch. I do think Justin Jefferson's going to be the sicko in this game. Like you said, the declining health of that secondary is definitely an issue. If Jalen Carter's inactive again, like Their pass rush is going to struggle a little bit. Like Justin Jefferson and if Carson Wentz is playing, they had a rapport last week, or not last week, when they played last in London, Tottenham, wherever it was. Justin Jefferson had over 100 yards. He had 9-10 catches. He was everywhere in that game. He's going to be everywhere in this game. And give me Jordan Addison to catch a deep ball, get behind the secondary that we're talking about here.
7 hours ago, J.J. McCarthy could return this week if practice goes very well.
No, that's not.
I guess Carson Wentz is not fully healthy either. The status of McCarthy will need to be monitored throughout the week.
So wait, from a health perspective or from a play perspective? He has to do.
I just said I read what was there, and they didn't really.
Yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention is Blake Cashman's coming back to this team this week, and I think he's an integral part of how Flores runs his defense. Incredibly underrated. I think he'll do good things for them, and I think this defense is just going to be punching the Eagles in the face all night long.
All right, moving on to the next game. We got Raiders plus 12.5 going to the Kansas City Chiefs, who kind of look like they got their groove back. And Rashee Rice is back on this team. They got Hollywood Brown. They got Xavier Worthy. A couple weeks ago, I was saying they were not looking all that great. They're looking much better now. It's a week-by-week league. That's how we do this. I do have the Chiefs winning this game. I do have the Raiders covering the 12.5. 12.5 is a lot of points. It's a lot of points. And especially for a team in Kansas City who isn't necessarily interested in styled points anymore. They're just looking to get wins, especially divisional wins. So I don't necessarily think they'll keep it on the gas pedal here. Mahomes to be the sicko. He is this team. He's playing at an extremely high level over the last 4 or 5 weeks. He didn't look all that great in the first 2 weeks of the season, but he's shaking that rust off. He's running the ball more. He's getting into the end. He tied his rushing touchdown total season high of 4 already in 6 games. They're using him way more in the red zone to get into the end zone. So give me Mahomes to be the sicko and Mahomes to be the touchdown scorer. And you can still find that at over plus 280 odds here. It hasn't been going down really. And he's scored almost every week. So Chiefs, Raiders, Mahomes. Bahookie, go for it.
Yeah, I was debating if I thought the Chiefs were going to blow out the Raiders this week, and I'm kind of just with you guys. And the 12.5 is just a big spread, and the Raiders do randomly show up against the Chiefs. I've seen it happen a bunch throughout the years. I still expect the Chiefs to win, maybe not the prettiest win, but I think I don't feel not confident about this pick. I went with Travis Kelce is the stud of the game. He led the team in receptions last week and was playing pretty well. And Rashee Rice is back from suspension, as we mentioned. I think they're going to try and go to him early and often and get maybe their wide receiver 1 going here and leading it into this important part of the season.
For sure. Louie, go for it. Nolan, you can wrap us up and lead us into Panthers Jets.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs to win, but the Raiders to cover. The way I see this going is the Chiefs have a 12-point lead. And Harrison Butker inexplicably misses his point after attempt by 97 yards to the left, because that happens every single game for some reason. And then they end the game 12 points ahead. That's exactly how I see this going. So I'm taking the Raiders to cover, especially a division game. It's just way too rich of a spread for me.
How'd you get the script?
Rights? Huh?
How'd you get the script?
Oh,
they're keeping that thing under lock and key. How'd you figure it out?
I can't answer that question. I've said tonight. I'm not gonna. There's a joke to be made here, but I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm actually. I'm the long lost son of Roger Goodell.
That's a good call. That's a good one.
He texts me every time. He Venmos me $300 a month and tells me one game. So
this is
Are you like Jon Snow?
Can you come save us from the winner?
King of the North.
Just don't find out you're the true king until the last 2 episodes.
And I will be the one to ban the tush push. Rashee Rice is my stud of the game. I think he's going to come back, and I think knowing that this is not a good Raiders secondary, I think they're going to try and shake the rust off of him really early. I think they want to get him involved, so when they get to some of these tougher games down the schedule, he's going to be confident, back fluid, timing's good. So I'm expecting, to be honest, like 8 targets for Rashee, if not more, on this game. And I think he's going to translate that into a good bunch of yards and a touchdown. And then I've got Ashton Genty to score. I haven't loved how the Chiefs have looked against the run somewhat the last couple games. And I think Genty could potentially get a nice breakaway run somewhere in here. Moving into Panthers Jets. Oh, no. Nolan, you still have to go, right? Sorry, brother. Sorry.
He doesn't get to talk about his Chiefs. Don't let him.
I caught it before I moved on.
Lay Buddha says do not take the 12.5.
Lay Buddha.
Do not take the 12.5.
Do you have another one of those made? Like,
I've had. So Chiefs to win, Raiders to cover. I agree with you. 12.5 is bonkers. The last time the Chiefs would have covered that kind of spread was 2023. Other than that, it's been 1-score games or 1-possession games since then. So yeah, that is way too high. I'll go with Steve Spagnuolo for stud. I think he sees Ashton Genty and he says, yeah, I'm going to game plan for you, buddy. I'm going to shut you down. And then I'll go Pacheco for anytime touchdown. I think they would like Patrick Mahomes to not have to use his legs in the red zone as much, but maybe, just maybe, Pacheco will get in the end zone for me this week. All right, Panthers Jets. Panthers double up for me. I'll win and cover here. I have all the confidence in after how they just played against the Cowboys. The Jets are the exact same way with putrid on defense, so go out and win this game. Bryce Young for stud, and then I'll go Rico Dowdle for anytime. He's Mr. Reliable right now.
Word. Go for it, Louie.
Yeah, this is probably my last one of the night. Panthers to win, Panthers to cover. I just hate the Jets. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I don't know what New York did, but this team sucks. And apparently every time something good rolls around, it only happens to the Giants. So give me the Panthers to smoke them. Give me Ted McMillan as my player of the game. Sauce Gardner has he's just not been playing well. And I'm not afraid to say that. And then I do think Garrett Wilson scores a touchdown because George Pickens was absolutely dishing on this team. And if Justin Fields remembers that he can throw to a top 10 wide receiver in this league, then he should. And if he can get him the ball, I think he'll do well.
We've seen it happen. He done it this season. I'm taking the Panthers to win here, Panthers to cover, Rico Dowdle to be my sicko of the game. I mean, when you have 2 straight 200 scrimmage yard games, like, they're just like, you're 27, you're on your second contract. They're feeding you the rock, baby. They're not worried about no miles. They're not worried about keeping you fresh. Like, feed him the rock. He's getting that shit. And then Ted McMillan to score a touchdown. I mean, we're seeing the reason why he was a top 10 pick unfold. Like, his red zone threat is immense. Like, he's a big body. He's got great hands. He great catch profile. So give me him to score a touchdown. One last thing, the Jets fucking suck. It's one of the worst one of the worst run organizations in sports overall. The Joe Douglas run Jets. Like,
hey, Louie. Garrett Wilson's also doubtful for a couple of weeks because he has a hyperextended knee.
When did that happen?
Give me the Panthers defense to score a touchdown.
That's awesome.
Give me Derek Brown to smoke Justin Fields into a fumble that's scooped by whoever their linebacker is.
I'm totally with that action. Bahookie, go for it.
Yes, I've also got the Panthers to win. I've also got the Panthers to cover. I went with
They're not favored in this game.
Yeah, I went with their tight end Jatavion Sanders, who should be coming off of injury this week, mostly because I really need him to in one of my dynasty leagues. And Jimmy Horn Jr., former USF guy before he transferred over to Colorado, started to get some target share. He started the year injured and looks to be starting to carve a roll out for himself, and I am hopeful that this is the week where he finds his way into the end zone.
Word up. Nolan, go for it.
Panthers Jets.
All right, or did you already go?
You already went.
I already went.
I'm gonna have to dip here because
you go.
But Monday Night Football, if you're staying up till 10 p.m. on the Eastern time, you're going to witness a clash of a Titan and what I thought would be a Titan at the start of this season. But to any Seahawks fans that watch this show, I've seen the smoke. You said, and I quote, Mr. Stingley, don't run from this smoke.
Okay.
I think Derek Stingley has 2 picks on Monday night. Scorching hot, but the hyper targeting by Sam Darnold will be exploited by a good Texans defense. I'm with the upset.
Who would have thought Louie was going to pick the Texans in this game? But
crazy.
Great. No, that's great stuff. Really cool. Nope.
Bye, boys.
All right, later,
Louie.
All right, so I'll lead us into Dolphins Browns. The Dolphins are another team that just I don't like this game should be a pick 'em. I don't know how either of these two teams are like this. I will take the Dolphins to win, Dolphins to cover. Darren Waller to be the stud of this game because why the fuck not? Cuckoo Kachu go for the walrus. And then Devon Achane to score. It's like almost the best bet in football right now. Like that dude is this offense. He's explosive. They use him in the passing and rushing game. Like, even if this team sucks, that dude's probably going to score a touchdown. You go for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not picking the Dolphins again. They've hurt my feelings too many times now.
I get you.
I tried to go for the Dolphins for like 2 or 3 weeks. Now I see what it's like for their fan base, and
they suck.
Yeah. And what have I always said about Tua? Tua's a one-read quarterback. Whenever he goes up against a team with a proper front seven and they take him off of his first read, they play like shit and lose. So I went with Myles Garrett is my stud of the game to do that, and Quinshon Judkins is the anytime touchdown scorer.
Word. Nolan, go for it, and then you can lead us into our last 1 o'clock game, and then we can move into the 4 o'clock slate.
Yes, sir. I doubled up on Browns here, actually. I really do think that the Dolphins kind of dynamic is going to kind of really, really hit the fan at some point. Maybe it's this game. I think that Browns defense is just that good to cause havoc and really be the kind of final nail in the coffin for Mike McDaniel. So, or not right. Wait. Yes, Mike McDaniel, this guy right here. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go with Dylan Gabriel, actually, for stud. I think maybe he could have a decent game, because why not? And then I'll go Harold Fannin for any time. I like Harold Fannin. I do. I like it for an anytime, but yeah, Tyler does not like
the Dylan Gabriel one. No, if he shreds you, you deserve to be fired like immediately.
That's what I mean. That's the narrative I'm trying to kind of go with here is that Dylan Gabriel's going to play well, and that will be the final Mike McDaniel game that he coaches as a Dolphin.
As it should, my good friend. Yeah. As it should. Lead us in the Saints Bears. So you get the Saints plus 5.5 going to Chicago.
I'm going to go Bears to win here. But I will go Saints to cover. The Saints have shown, despite all the BS, they can cover a spread at least and make a game competitive. So I'll go Saints to cover. I'll go DeAndre Swift for my stud here. I think he could have a big-time game. He had a long receiving touchdown this week. So I think if you can double up, if you can turn him into or continue to use him as a high level, like dual threat running back, then he's going to be everything they need in Chicago. So I'll go him for stud. And I realize I put DJ Moore for my anytime. And I mean, we have no idea if he's going to play because of his testicular injury. I'm just going to roll with it, I guess. If he with him in, I'll assume he plays, and I'll go him for anytime.
Word. I'll go next. I have the Bears to win, the Saints to cover. The Bears want to play close games, apparently, and the Saints, all they can do is play close games. The Saints secondary is just trash. Those safeties are not great. Odunze is going to break free. I think he's going to have a big game, especially after being quiet kind of in this past game. And then we sort of started to see the Luther Burden breakout. I mean, DJ Moore is kind of banged up. Luther Burden, I'm pretty sure, had 4 for 51 yards last night. He had a big gain of like 20. He's starting to get involved in this offense. I think that was happening with or without the DJ Moore injury. The DJ Moore injury will only speed it up. So let me get Luther Burden to score a touchdown in this game. Bahookie, go for it, and then you can lead us into our 4 p.m. slate.
All right, yeah, same page here. Bears to win, Saints to cover. Surprisingly, I went with Caleb Williams as my stud of the game this week. The kid played pretty well. Not only dishing but running. He got one in the end zone, and he's been staying on script. When he doesn't get outside of himself too much, he can actually play pretty decent. And DeAndre Swift is my anytime touchdown scorer. He's been one of the more reliable pieces on this offense this year.
Perfect.